Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. So, I'm going to do a little bit of filming today. Actually, I have done a little bit of filming today. I was out with family and have visited a restaurant. And as in doing a little bit of filming with my Z800 Fujica, the EE lock stuck on me like 4 times. And I suppose I need to go in there and lubricate it. Something like that, huh? So I got to take care of that. So more to come. Okay, I've gotten back to my studio after the outing at the restaurant. So the situation was they had some vintage items there that I could film, and it worked out well. The only issue was 4 times my EE lock stuck. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, what you want to do is when you want to manually, you want to set this exposure yourself. Okay, EE lock is when first you do have the lens cap off. You would aim the camera at something bright, the lens at something bright, and then something dark, and then you could advance and manually set the EE lock. Okay, well here on the Fujica, what you do is this Z800. What you can do is you take this dial right here, the EE electronic eye dial. Okay, you turn this up, you can see it from the side better, and you lift it up just like that, so you can see that. Okay, so now you can see. Now when you look inside the viewfinder, okay, and you go to film, you can rotate this, is what you can do, for those of you who don't know. That way you can set your exposure inside, okay, if that's what you want to do. Alright, it's a nice feature. But sometimes these come broken, and it's because they would get hung up. Okay, if you ever see them broken, it's because of like what happened to me. I just kept, you know, lightly tapping on it. Don't pull hard on it, or you'll break yours. Finally, when I put it back into the case, I was able to pull it up. That was after I removed the batteries and everything. So anyway, what I got to do is I got to add some lubricant. And you will too. I would eventually do just a video on this, but this is what happened. I was out filming. So what you want to use is this. You want to use a white lithium grease number 2, for those of you who do not know. Alright? You can't use any type of lubricant, or the lubricant will eat the plastic gears. You want to use plastic. This is for plastic gear and moving parts and toys. It's made especially for, designed for use in rolling and sliding parts of precision, universal grinder, plastic gear, and moving parts and toys. If you use anything else other than something like this, it's gonna, the lubricant, another lubricant will soften and eat the gears, the plastic gears inside of here, including the plastic parts. Alright? So what we got to do is open this up and add some. Alright, so again, here's what you do. Just if you got your EE lock down, you turn it to the side, you can just pull it straight up, just like that, okay? Now I have taken a toothpick and taking some of this lubricant, the white lithium grease number 2, made for plastic gears. Sorry about that. Alright, and I'm going to apply some, just a little bit, all the way around. There is a way to take this off, but I'll probably show that sometime later. And by the way, if you're going to use latex gloves, it's best if you're unfamiliar with this stuff, because it is dangerous and harmful to the skin. Alright? So just get it around here. You don't have to use too terribly much, and get it around the camera. But don't get it on your skin, because it'll get into your pores. It's dangerous. It really is. The minute you finish with this, wipe it off, the residue off your camera, and wash your hands. I'm just not using my gloves. I've been doing this a long time, but what can I say? Do as I say, not as I do. Alright. Now once I put that down there, I'm going to move it around a bit. This is where you need your latex gloves. Or I'll get an old microfiber cloth. And I'm just going to move it up and down. And back and forth. Okay. Remove the excess. Remember not to use any type of WD-40 or anything like that. That stuff will definitely liquefy any plastic parts, especially the gears, make them crack, and you got a real problem. Alright. I would highly suggest when you get in these cameras to make sure that you find someone to 3D print these items like this, these parts. Okay? It's really going to serve you well. After you do that, just look through there, and now you should be fine. Alright? There you go. Okay, so what I'm doing out here is I'm going to do some filming again for my experimental horror film after I've lubricated the EE lock and manual right there. I'll be going between the EE lock and the manual exposure to set that, to see which one I like after it's processed. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead and film the clapboard. And I'm going to put on eye cuff this time. I've got on manual, and I'm going to turn it down a bit, just a touch. But first, better turn it on. There we go. Have initialization. Alright, that was just the clapboard. And now for the shot. That was good. Filming. And I'm going to switch out props. I like it. And remember, when you're doing servicing to your cameras, any mistakes made upon you or to your cameras are on you. Moving along. So, there you have it, with a Z800 Fujica. As I'm working on my experimental horror film, I was going to, again, just make a video just of the EE lock when it malfunctions and stuff like that, and lubricating it, but that caught up to me. Just caught me off surprise, really, and that type of a thing. There's a deep way of going in there and dismantling it and so forth, and we'll go through that later. But that is a quick fix. Okay, this just goes to show you, when you get a camera in, that these cameras are really old. They're vintage, and to go ahead and have them serviced professionally. All right? If you can do something yourself that's basic, and you want to do it, that's on you. Okay? So, do check out and contact me on all the social media outlets provided on the screen, and remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya.